All right, friends, welcome back to the Forever World. We're so back. Let's go. Today, we're doing something pretty special and something I'm pretty excited about and something I don't think I've ever seen done, truly, in this way at least. And that is we're going to build a Nether Portal. But not just any normal Nether Portal. We're going to put our own flair on it and fit it into our world, you know, with our lore and all that fun stuff. So, if you would, join me. And thank you so much to Elias Cuevas for actually recommending that we do this. So, shout out to you, and I hope you like it. Wait. Is it Elias? Elias? Yo, I'm so sorry. Someone in the comments help me out. You know how every good build starts. With a hole. So, let's go dig one. Come on. All right, check that off the list. All right, check that off. All right, check that off the list. We have a giant hole. So now we need to fill it with none other than glass. And you know what you need to have a lot of glass? You need a lot of sand and you need a lot of smelting, which I don't have a super smelter. So without further ado, let's go build a super smelter in our farming area. Alright guys, welcome back. I yet again built an ugly farm. Shout out to this guy. Heck yeah, look at that. Just this super ugly super smelter, that's alright. You gotta understand that the reason I often don't worry too much about how these farms look is because I don't do this for a full-time job. I would rather spend time making all the things that are actually visible beautiful while, you know, skimping a little bit on some of these things of lesser importance. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that's fair. But with that, we're going to kind of try to finish up this farm and do a couple things that'll make it run a little bit more efficiently. So first of all, nope, not even going to explain, not even gonna exactly show you what I did, because this is a disaster. It works, but it doesn't work well at all. And I am ashamed that I call myself a redstoner and constructed something like this. But this is what happens when you don't plan things in creative, you don't think things out very well, and you just kind of wing it. That's exactly what I did. So although it's a working product, I spent so long messing with this thing just to get a couple stacks of glass. I mean, by that I mean like TNT, 10 shulkers or something, but still, kind of a waste of time. Probably will come back and redesign it, but that's just how it is sometimes, and that's okay. So with that, we're gonna skip that whole part and move on to the next fun part, which is, all right, it's official. Our glass problems are solved for now. And as you can see, a creeper came in here and blew this up. 4 to 6 weeks later, and I'm so back. I am so back here on the Forever World. It's been so long, and oh, my elytra's about to break. we're about to die. We're about to start out exactly how we left. Just death and destruction. Can I make it? I should be able to make it. Oh no. Yo. Get me out of here. Yeah, I think this is a perfect time to talk about what's been going on in life. I think this is super good. Let's just kind of have a whole conversation just like this, okay? Anyway, all right, now that we got that taken care of, we are going to make some exciting progress today when it comes to farms. And yes, I'm going to make it look pretty. Maybe not super pretty, but not as ugly as some of my other farms. And you might ask, what is the farm that we're going to make? And maybe this will give you a hint. How about these guys? Frogs. I think frogs are probably one of... Oh, finally. You know how long I waited for them to do that? I think frogs are probably one of the best mobs in the entire game. I think they're so cute. I think they're so fun. And they have a lot of cool features. And one of them is the ability to make frog lights. And I really like frog lights. And I need about 1,400 of them, at least. So we gonna need a farm for that. I ain't about to sit in the nether with a frog and just try to harvest like 5 or 6 of them. No. We are going to build an entire thing to take care of that for us. So let's go do it. Whoa. So let's go gather a couple things before we go up to the nether roof and make a frog life farm. But first, this is the educational section of the video where we show you what happens in a slaughterhouse and how cows are prepped. If you get wheezy, nauseous, or uncomfortable with mass casualties, then look away. Alright, the last thing I need is to just get a little piece of flint, and honestly, we probably can just do it over here. A little piece of flint to light our portal after we get onto the roof, and then we are ready. There we go. Let's grab one more, a couple more. We are ready to go onto the nether roof. The nether roof. So let's go try to find a spot all the way up at the top of the nether and make this happen. I'm so excited to not spawn in this basalt grossness. So we're standing at 125, 6, 7, boom. All right. The moment of truth. Moment of truth. Please do not suffocate. Oh, nope. Okay. Nope. Come on. But this is it. I'm just an idiot and I needed a ladder. Boom! Come on now. Ugliest portal out there, but we'll take it. See what happens. No! Okay. Not good. Come on now. Please. Yes! Let's go. So we got that sorted out now. That's all good. And now we are actually already in a basalt delta, but I don't necessarily want to use the exact basalt delta because I don't know what type of, nether thing we're going to build right here. I think I want to get away from it a little bit. We can always rebuild whatever we're building. So let's just kind of keep backing away for a little bit and see how far we can get. So I'm actually going to be using a tutorial from Shulker Craft to build this farm. I was going to try to make up one myself, and honestly, they're so easy, but that's kind of part of the reason I decided I'll just use someone else's design. I don't find it very interesting to come up with farms that are easy to build. I prefer the harder ones. So, with that, let's build this farm. And time lapse, go. It's time to move all the frogs into our farm. Come on. Come on, everyone. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. Come on, everyone. Don't go through the portal. Yup. 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 Let's go. Let's get back to building. For the last like 3 minutes, I've literally been trying to land on that post up there, and I ran out of rockets before I could do it. First try! Yikes. Check that out. Oh, see, this is... I wasn't sure if this would work. Look at... After a little bit of time, those iron golems are going to start taking damage. And I was hoping that obviously that would have been thought of by the person who made the farm. But they're taking like a lot of damage. So luckily I can kind of heal them up. I'm wondering if there's a way that I could prevent that better. Alright, let's go up to our AFK spot and see how that works and see if those guys are going to keep taking a bunch of damage. Oh my gosh, I can't even land on this one. My flying skills are so out of practice because I've just been playing so much creative. Oh my gosh, I'm horrible. Alright, let's see what this looks like down here now. Heck yeah, look at our frogs doing work. Just slurping them up and pooping out the good stuff right there. That amount of frogs should do just fine, I think. I'm not too worried about the rates. I think this will give us plenty enough. Okay, are we taking damage? That's what I want to see. Oh, still seeing damage. Alright, it looks like I wasn't the only one with these same problems, and someone came up with a good fix. In fact, if you look in the comments of that Shulkercraft video, you will find someone who basically posted this fix, so shout out to that person. Will it actually fix the problem? I have faith. There was a lot of views on that video and a lot of people saying it worked, so I'll take it. Yeah. I think that did it. Thank goodness. Pull out some of these other things. Look, it's kind of magma cube farm as well, which is nice. I don't really use magma cube very often, but you know, on the off chance I do at some point, need it. Nice. So we'll just kind of have a steady stream of it coming in here. All right, and one of the last things that I need is resin from creaking to make those resin blocks. And without further ado, I have everything I need to build this sweet Nether portal. So let's go. All right. We are finished with the build, and I'm so excited to show you. I think it's pretty sick, but before we get down to the lake's edge, I want to show you a couple updates I made to the storage system in here. I put a roof on it with some hanging lights. Oh, and this little fun thing right here to... Oh, no. It doesn't work that well, but that's okay. I just needed it to get up here to make edits. I also added this automatic shutoff system to the sorting system so that basically an item gets detected as it flows into the chest, pushes the block away, allowing this chest to be opened back up. And then once all the items flow out of the chest, this one detects that, pushes it back, and we get a nice little flow. So that works pretty well. And I attached that to every single chest that, you know, between the segments right here, every single set of chests that get red. So that's been a nice upgrade. I also just went through and reorganized a lot of things, sorted more stuff, and I did have a mob heart mod going for a little bit, and then I turned it off, and I killed some of the copper golems, and now they just stay there. Like, this is just, there's nothing right here. But this label will just, I guess, forever be here, so we'll see how long that lasts. But I fixed this system after the creeper blew it up, so that's nice. And then I also cleaned up back here, made it really accessible to do any edits or fixes that we need to do. So this definitely doesn't work that great, not gonna lie. Not my favorite. I'm excited to build my really nice sorting system in the future, but for now, it does good enough. And yeah, it gets through the items well. But without further ado, and I'm so glad it's night, check out our Nether Portal. Right there. We did a bunch of changes to the lake, and this is how you get down there. Watch this. I think it's sweet. Pop. Yep. Look at that. Now, I want to try to install something that gives me a clear glass, like connected texture, because I think that'll just enhance this look a lot more. But you might ask, like, why is this? And my inspiration came from, what's it called? Pacific Rim, where they had the final, where the bad dudes were coming out of in the sea. It was this, like, rift, this portal. And that's where my inspiration came from. And with that, we have our Nether Portal. And the reason that it's like this is because on the other side, there's nothing here yet, but in the future, this will be some sort of dark city. That's my plan. I want to actually build this out to be a nether city that is almost like the bad guys that are attacking this little town. And the reason they built that, you know, the electrical system is to create some sort of protective shield against this encroaching enemy. So yeah, all this is tons of layers of glass with frog lights behind. And then we have our little island of deep slate. And I had the idea of building out some like tentacles coming off of this. That just never fully worked. But in the future, we might build that out some more. So yeah, I like the vibe of this. And then I think it's actually super fun to use, because all you do is fly up and boom, look at that. You're in the town, just that simple. And then if you don't have an elytra, I have a little behind the portal. You just walk over here and you can take a bubble elevator. Just like so. So yeah, super, super nice. And then also I did a bunch of upgrades to this lake. If you look at the outside, we're getting this cool rift effect. We have some campfires underneath and magma cubes, or excuse me, blocks right there. And then we put some vegetation throughout the rest of the lake. And I'm sure we're going to do some more upgrades. I want to put some like coral to give some color. But I also added some little areas with a pop of color, such as right there. And then we have some leaves, some flowers, and some tadpoles. Tadpoles? Tadpoles, yes. Cattails. Cattails, these are still oxidizing. So once they're fully oxidized, they'll look better. But we have cattails right here. And then we have a couple more patches of them throughout the rest of the lake. And I think the vibes are really coming together. Not fully yet. I think we have a long ways to go with making this area. We need to add some custom trees and stuff, but I think it's coming along. And this little portal gives us kind of an outlet to start building in a different style out in the nether. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think it'll be a really, really cool thing. So now, rather than going over to this hole and going through our sad nether portal right there, we can fly up and make the dive straight into the depths of our lake down to our nether portal down here. So I think that's a huge upgrade. And then honestly, my favorite part is coming straight out and looking at the awesome landscape that we've created these last 8 episodes. So with that, thank you so much for joining. It's been a pleasure having you here. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. I appreciate all of you so much, and come back next time for some more cool stuff. And please, please, please drop your recommendations in the comments of what we should do next. I love having you guys along with me. So with that, we'll see you later. Peace.